Good morning, everybody. Yep, okay, looks like everything's working. Double check my audio. There we go. Alright, looks like we're good. It is Friday, the 27th of January 2023, and we are going to be looking at the games that came out on Steam on Thursday, January 26th, 2023. There are quite a few of them today. 54 in total, though we have 4 red light games that we won't be looking at. And I'm trying to think, what were we looking at? No, I don't think I have any announcements or anything particular for today. I think I'm just going to get right into it because, as I said, we have quite a few games, which means this stream is going to be fairly long. So I'm going to try and go a little bit faster than I normally do, because if I take my usual 3 minutes to do each game, this is going to take 3 hours. And I'm hoping I can be a little bit faster than that. We'll see, though. We're going to be starting with 8 Ball 3, which is on sale for 90 cents, down from 129, developed and published by $1. Where to jump? Which way to go? Should I go on or fall? Which balloon to choose? Take your intuition to the extreme. Okay, so we have a game where we are playing a little 8-ball dude. Like an 8-ball with legs? That's kind of cute. Seems like a fairly simple engine. Like there's there's not even a drop shadow for the character, which is, which would make platforming harder. Drop shadows for characters, really handy for platforming. They let you know where you're about to fall. So it doesn't look like there's enemies. It's just an obstacle course. All right. The most famous ball in the world is back to its origins with new moves and more challenging levels. You'll need to make decisions. Where to jump? Okay. Alright, I think I'm getting the handle on this one. $1, did you make 8-ball 2 and 8-ball 1? You did. Okay. And so this person has been making 8-ball games since 2018. Nice. Though they did make 2 other games in the middle of that there. No reviews. Let's check their charts. 4 people are playing it. Yes. All right. So there are people playing this weird little 8-ball game. All right. The store page was made on January 13th. I do want the actual date format. Come here. There we go. And they had 4 followers somehow, and no reviews. So some people are playing this, but no one has reviewed it yet. I'm gonna guess maybe 50. Good luck, $1. It looks like you're still having fun making your little 8-ball games. I am delighted to see you do that. Keep going. All right, moving on to Agent Roy Zombie Hunt, which is for sale for $9.74, down from $12.99. Developed and published by Royex Studio and Royex Technologies LLC. I assume those are probably the same company. Agent Roy Zombie Hunt is an engaging third-person action shooter game. The horror is back. 300 zombies, 15 houses, 1 village. Can Agent Roy face his worst nightmares and bring the nation to peace? I don't know. Is that Agent Roy in the middle there? He looks so sad. Okay, come on. Show me your game. Oh, this was not a perspective I was expecting. I was expecting like a first-person... Okay, this is a third-person shooter. This trailer's very slow. Okay. Wow, we're still just zooming through the environments, huh? Okay, there's some zombies. Yeah, those look like zombies. Can we see Agent Roy? I want to see Agent... Okay, here he is. Look, it's Roy. Alright, and he's got a gun. I don't think we're going to see any gameplay for this trailer, though. Alright, now he's running. No gameplay, though. Okay. Alright, there's some gameplay. Haha, this GIF is illuminating. Agent Roy is the second installment of the Agent Roy Zombie Hunt is the second installment of the Agent Roy series. No space after that period there. It is a thrilling third-person action shooter. The horror is back. Okay. Usually a festive and hearty village. Okay, and no reviews. I love how Roy looks. Look at this man. Very cool. Okay. All right, moving on. We're going to check the charts. I really need to figure out how to pull the stuff that I get from SteamDB off of the internet somehow, because it does take a lot of time. All right, created January 12th this year. Again, not a lot of time, and only 6 followers. So this was the second game in the series, right? We heard that. Roy Studios, did you make another Agent Roy game? Yes, Agent Roy had a Secure the Temple game where they gathered 2 reviews. Wow, okay, and this was released on the 5th of January, like just before I started doing this. So, looks like a similar kind of game, except you're fighting guys with guns rather than zombies. In a temple. Okay, so, I'm gonna guess they'll probably sell about as many as they sold for this one. I just want to check their user reviews. Game is perfect and their graphics too. Okay. That's a lot more than 2 reviews there, Steam. What's going on? This game is not recommendable for anyone. Poor graphics, poor mechanics. Okay, I'm gonna guess a couple hundred for this one. I think I'm gonna go with 200 maybe. Good job, Ryu Studios. Best of luck with Agent Roy's next adventures. Moving on to Akari's School Trip. Akari's School Trip is on sale for $23.39, down from $25.99. Developed and published by Yabisu Technology. Akari's School Trip is an immersive, action-packed adventure game based on a popular Japanese manga. I haven't heard of it, though. As the player guides Akari, a courageous schoolgirl, through a mysterious and dangerous world. It looks horror-y. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely a horror game, but it is flagged, like, it's tagged as casual action adventure game. Solving challenging puzzles and overcoming a formidable demon to find her way home. Stunningly realistic graphics. The gameplay, while not the best, I understand it was made by an indie developer, could benefit from some bug fixes. However, the accompanying manga story is a nice addition and makes for an enjoyable experience for a good read. Oh, okay, so they've included the manga in the game. That's a cool idea, I like that. Let's see what the other review says. It is a negative review, but unfortunately I can't read it. The developer did respond, though. Thank you for your prompt response. I really appreciate it. If there's anything that can be done to enhance the experience. Okay. And moving on. So, I'm torn on this, because you are fighting demons, so it's kind of a horror game, and definitely the lighting looks like a horror game. The capsule looks like a horror game. That looks like a horror game, but they're not saying it's a horror game. So that's a bit weird. I'm not sure what's up there. January 13th. That's 2023. And 14 followers. With 1 positive and 1 negative review. I'm gonna guess 100 sold on this one. All 3 of the games that we have looked at so far have had less than 2 weeks of lead time in terms of building up wish lists, and we can see that they did not gather that many followers. Though, this one, Akari School Trip, had the largest followers per day. I would say, based on what I've seen, one follower per day, so 10 wish lists per day, is kind of the very minimum that you want. If you're not getting that many followers per day, you are in trouble. And you need to sort of change up your marketing strategy or modify your marketing materials or figure out something to do, because you're gonna struggle. Moving on to Boom Adventures, developed and published by Boomers IT. If this is not made by old people, I will be disappointed. Boom Adventures. Grab a duck and hit enemy. This is the primary goal of the game Smile emoji. There are 2 game modes, campaign and survival. In both, you can challenge your friends to check who is the best duck thrower. Okay, so you're throwing ducks at things. This is a VR game. Okay, grab a duck and hit a crab, or grab a snowball and hit a snowman. That is the primary goal of the game. Well, thank you for being clear, though you may want to add a period there. Gonna check the charts. Looks like nobody has played this, and this was also made on January 13th. 3 followers and no reviews. So I'm going to guess maybe 10. I don't think that game has a particularly strong hook, despite the fact that throwing rubber duckies at crabs sounds cool. It just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to that game. We're going to move on to Crosshairs V2, which is released for free from Centerpoint Gaming and published by Centerpoint Gaming. Crosshairs V2 is a crosshair overlay technology that improves aim response time. Okay, so this is not... And hipfire accuracy for gamers, tuned for a variety of sizes and shapes. Yeah, this is not a game, so I'm gonna move on. Though that does look kind of cool. I'm very bad at aiming in first-person shooters, so I might find that useful. Though it also might be cheating. Moving on to Death in the Water 2, on sale for $23.39, down from $25.99, developed and published by Lighthouse Game Studio. And my voice is going. Hold on a sec. All right, back. Death in the Water 2. Dodge and carve your way through swarms of terrifying sea creatures controlled by death. Wow. A vicious, giant, mind-controlling kraken that hunts your every move. Scavenge for hidden treasure to unlock weapons and upgrades and help you in your fight for survival. Every die reveals a new nightmare, which, yeah. I mean, this looks like violent Subnautica, with less aliens. I'm very impressed by the animation here. Like, the animation on the sea creatures is... Look at that, octopus. Very, very good. On the evil mer people, too? Man, there's a lot of ordnance underwater, huh? Well, to be honest, this looks absolutely terrifying. The ocean is the worst place. I hate it. Very, very good job. Nice Discord link. Lovely mer people design. They look terrifying. Yeah, so this, I'm very impressed by this. I don't think I want to play it because I am scared of the ocean. Moving on. The game just isn't fun. Oh no, that's not a good thing to see right away. The atmosphere, graphics, and gameplay and music as well and sound are excellent. That's a lot of things, but the gameplay is just not interesting. You have to find 3 treasure chests. Ah, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping this was like a open world story game. The game is not scary. You are made of stronger stuff than I, Nugvi. Alright. Shark bit my ass and Kraken slapped my ass. Kinky sea life. Alright. Well, I'm disappointed to learn that it's sort of a mission-based game. But people are responding to it. 185 people are playing it right now. And this was initially made on July 19th, 2021. So they had a while to build up followers, which is good because they did not waste that time. 6,000 followers is a very healthy amount of followers. They were getting 12.49 per day, extremely healthy. And I can see why. Like, the presentation on this one, even if it's maybe not the game design that I would have chosen, given their evident talent and abilities, yeah, like, it looks really good. They have 160 reviews so far, so I think 160 is somewhere around 5,000 or 6,000, maybe. Let's see. Nope, that's not right. 160. So 5,000, yeah. If this had a higher, like, positive review ratio, if people were liking it more, I would see this game getting a lot of buzz, because it is really well animated. Like, it's extremely polished. But, as is, I'm going to guess maybe 8,000. Total sales. You have made a horrifying game, Lighthouse Game Studio. I hope you are happy. Moving on to Deathtide Survivors, which is on sale for $5.80, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Luis Pascotto. I believe Luis may be our first solo developer today. A roguelite where you are the boss fight. Oh, nice. Where you are the boss fight. Defeat endless tides of the undead, complete tough challenges, and dethrone powerful bosses. A horde survival roguelite where you unlock ancient powers and create overpowered character builds to become an unstoppable army destroyer. So, we have another game in the popular roguelite genre of horde survival. It looks like we have an actual upgrade tree this time rather than just random upgrades, but we do also have random upgrades. Okay. We got little 3D characters. Those bats are extremely reminiscent of Vampire Survivor. I'm not sure I would have put them into the early part of the game. Not because they're bad, but just because like they are directly going to get... Anyone who's played Vampire Survival knows those bats. See, these bugs, they look very similar. I might have shown them for us. So, good presentation. But I'm looking for a hook, and I'm not seeing it. Like, we've reached a saturation point with horde survival games where you kind of need a specific thing that you're doing now. And this is a medieval horde survival game where you're fighting demons and the undead. And that's most of them. So, well, the presentation on this one is very polished. Yeah, I'm missing that hook, personally. They have a Discord, so they're doing some good stuff. And no reviews. Okay. Five people are playing it, though, with 9 at peak. This was, this store page was made on December 16th. And they built up 61 followers, which is okay. Not great, but okay. And I think that I think I'm going to contribute, like, the fact that they have... Oh, this is interesting. SteamDB is saying they have 4 reviews, but I'm not seeing any. So maybe there's reviews in another language. There are. All right. So we have 3 positive, 1 negative. That's a pretty good ratio. All right, I'm going to guess 600 for this one. Best of luck, Louis. Moving on to donut or cookie. Ooh, that's a difficult choice. It's for sale for $2.33, down from $3.89. Developed and published by Very Hard Meme Studios. Meaning, I think we probably have a humor game on our hands. Donut or Cookie is it's a physics puzzle game. Okay, it's a side view physics puzzle game. The player needs to toss a pink donut or cookie into the customer's bag. You can choose a donut or a cookie. They have 2 shapes, a square and a circle. So the cookie is a square, and you can change if they're a donut or a cookie. Okay, I mean, this is a very simple kind of puzzle game, but could be kind of neat. No user reviews. Yeah, I think we can see what kind of game this is. All right, this was made January 11th. And picked up 3 followers. No reviews. I'm going to say maybe 50. It does look like there could be some fun puzzles in there, but I'm not sure the context is going to really pull people in very much. Moving on to Dread Templar, which is for sale for $19.39, down from $22.79, developed by T19 Games and published by Fulcrum Publishing, except Fulcrum is spelled with a Q. Dread Templar is a fast-paced, hardcore, old-school FPS combining classic 90s shooter and modern FPS elements, unlocking combined dozens of weapons, upgrades, and skills. Embrace the Dread Force and obliterate hordes of fiendish enemies. Become the scariest thing in hell and get revenge. Haha, okay, so we have another retro shooter in hell, though this one looks more polished and more varied than the one we were looking at yesterday. Looks like you have a time stop power and a bow and arrow. These are very cool looking low poly monsters. And it looks like you definitely have a lot of cool weapons to use. Yeah, I'm digging this. Cool variety of environments. You got a minecart. So I think for this one, like yesterday I said of a similar game that was maybe less polished, I said, oh, this game needs a hook, because there's a lot of games where you, like, a lot of these retro games involve going into hell because of the influence of Doom and Quake. And in this case, I think the hook, because I think that I'm seeing one, is the polish and the variety, right? Lots of different varied environments, lots of different weapons, lots of different enemies. You're in a minecart, you're dodging rocks on a hillside. Variety can be its own hook when you are competing against games that typically don't have a lot of variety. And that's what it looks like this game has been doing. Very nicely made store page. End of the year 2021. Okay, so this is a 1.0 release from early access. Dread Templar, show me your charts. 108 people are playing it now. Humble Bundle, best of boomer shooters. Okay, so yeah, it looks like they went into early access here, and this is their 1.0 release. So they've been in early access for 2 years or so. Out of early access now. Yes, leads early access by end of January. And what are people saying? Lots of positive reviews. One negative review is it's not terrible, but it's pretty bland. Okay, well, they have 8,000 followers, not bad. Their store page went up on July 3rd, 2020. Nine followers per day, very, very healthy number of followers per day. 655 positive reviews versus 69 negative reviews. Not nice, but still. I'm going to have to use math again for this one, because I don't usually... A lot of games don't reach this many. So the low end is like 21,000. I'm going to guess probably 30,000 by the end. I think that they'll get a push off of the 1.0 release, especially as it looks like they know what they're doing in terms of promotion. So, very nice job, T19 Games. That looks very cool. 2312. We are moving on to Emberfate Tempest Developments, which is a free-to-play game released and published by Windchime Games Limited. An immersive MMORPG simulation chat room based on Romance Otomi visual novel. Whoa, what? You are the leader of a raiding guild in the world's hottest MMORPG, Emberfate. Will you lead your guild to success in the newest raid and perhaps find love along the way along with your guildmates? Okay, so I think this is not an MMORPG. This is just a visual novel where you, like, the story of the game is that you're playing an MMORPG. Yes, that seems to be it. All right, it's a cool idea. It looks like there is like a management aspect where you are managing the guild and stuff, and a lot of the game is coming in through chat windows. Yeah, this is a clever idea. All right. Monthly releases. Okay, so this is... They have another game that's coming out. Okay, looks like there are monthly releases, maybe supported by Patreon. Hey, Annoying Crow is here. Croy can tell you for a fact, people who play MMORPGs are religiously don't look like that. Crow, you're being a weirdo. Let's see how they did. My guess is this was probably funded maybe on Patreon. I see a lot of visual novels that have like ongoing releases funded on Patreon. Store page was made on December 29th. And they only got 40 followers. There's not many. 3 positive reviews. No negatives. I don't think there were any negatives, right? Did we see any negatives? Nope. There were actually 4 reviews. So, it is free to play. I'm going to say maybe 300. That would be my guess. Best of luck to the Windchime Games team. Moving on to xholics.exe. For sale for $10.19, down from $16.99. Developed by Gushala and published by Didomina Organ, which is an interesting name for a publishing company. Delete all enemy players in abandoned... Okay, hold on. In abandoned cyberspace, you have Gatling, beam cannon, missiles, and more various weapons. Void Crack gives you power. Okay. And let's go down for depth. What? Okay. So, all of this shows us... I'm finding this very disorienting. It is a shooter. It's like a cyberpunk, like a cyber world themed shooter. No reviews. Okay. 2 people played it. And the store was released on January 10th. With 19 followers. So I think this one suffers a bit from the comprehensibility gap, where it's difficult to tell exactly what's going on. Like, I can understand that this is a shooter, but I can't see what my enemies are. It's hard to tell what the weapons are doing. Is that a weapon or a hazard or an enemy player? I don't know. I think it's maybe on your gun, so maybe it's you're charging your gun. I don't know. It's hard to say. So yes, I would say comprehensibility gap would be my guess as to why there was not more like organic growth here. Still, they were getting over 1 follower per day, so if they had done more ongoing promotion, they might have gotten somewhere, but it was such a short promotional window for this one. I'm guessing 60 people play this one. That would be my guess. Moving on to Flightpath. Flightpath is for sale for $19.49, developed and published by Illogic Games. Quirky story-driven shoot-'em-up where your path choices affect the outcome of the story. Select one of 3 characters, each with their own storyline, and see how the choices you make change the way the game opens. And there's a very cute bunny person. I approve. Big fan of bunnies. Me. Alright, so... it's a shmup. Okay, I was picturing more of a first-person shooter based on the description, but no, we have a shmup. We have a shmup with characters talking. That's kind of cool. Destroy bases, rescue Marie, distress call, collect evidence, boss fight. Okay, a lot of stuff going on here. The actual shmup stuff looks not bad. Like it's sort of simple, low poly art style. It reminds me of a bunch of stuff that I used to play at school when I was supposed to be working. Okay, interesting idea. Mixing a shmup with a visual novel. Let's see what people are saying. Fun indie game with a lot of very fun ship customization. So many cute characters and a great scout ship. Nice one for Dudes. Let's see if there's anything in other languages. Yes, okay, so we have 1 negative review as well. So, 1 positive, 1 negative review. I think this is a heartbreaker, though, because this looks like clearly some people put quite a bit of work into this. 2 people are playing it now. Okay. Very odd. July 6th, 2022. So they had 204 days and only got 66 followers. So that's a very, very low follower per day count. So I have to imagine they just did very little promotion. I wonder if Logic Games is on Twitter or anything. Yep, they are on Twitter. Oh, this is made in Unreal Engine. All right, I'm going to leave that. I am surprised by how little response this got, because this looks pretty cool. But where it is now, I'm going to guess 150 people will play this one. Unfortunate. Best of luck to Logic Games. I hope you managed to find your audience there, because that looks pretty cool. And moving on to Gaop. Gaop is a free-to-play game developed and published by Wei. Or Wei? Use the up, down, left, right buttons to control the player to push the box to the designated position to pass the level. If you want to restart the level, please press left control. If you want to quit the game, please long press escape. Alright, A+ to you, giving us the controls for this game. This is a Pokemon game. It looks like you're playing Luigi? Alright, very basic little Pokemon game. That seems fine. Extremely expensive add-on content? Why is the DLC expensive like that? Go away, old puzzle. Crow is here. Consider this a permadeath version of the puzzle genre of pushing block. At least that's what I thought, until I found out you had to hold left control down. Ah, okay. You should have read the description, Crow. Alright. Let's see if there's another language review. There is, and it's a negative. Okay. So, 2 positive. Whoops. 2, 3, 1 negative. And let's check out Gaop. Like, the DLC is weird. Maybe it's just like, if you support this game or something? Not sure. Store page came out the 13th of January. And they had 5 followers. Okay. It is free to play, and it doesn't look bad. Like, it's simple enough that it's sort of attractive in its simplicity. I'm gonna guess 100 people check this out. Pokemon games are not super popular, but people do like them. Moving on to Garden Inn. On sale for $10.34, down from $11.49. Developed by Dramatic Iceberg and published by Bonus Stage Publishing. Garden Inn, a cozy and peaceful sandbox game about growing tiny and lovely plants. Just relax, take care of your seedlings, and watch your dream garden come to life. Oh, look at this. This is very cute. Okay, so this is kind of reminding me of unpacking. I wonder if the room is... Okay, the room is customizable, and you're planting little houseplants. I love the UI. It's very bubbly and cute. Lots of cool little plant varieties, different rooms. Yeah, this looks chill. I wonder if there's like any kind of progression or anything, because I think people would play this for maybe an hour and then stop if there's nothing else. Let's see. They've got a Discord. That's very cool. Wholesome Direct. Nice. It's not for me. There's really needs to be a tag on this that it says it's an idle game. Okay, so it is an idle game. This game is super relaxing. Super cute and relaxing. Works on Steam Deck. Cozy idle game. So it is a little idle game. Okay. So it's basically just to like have a thing open and check it on your plants occasionally. I can see the appeal. So we have... Let's take a look at the charts. 37 people are playing it now, with 63 at peak. Store page was made on April 21st, 2021. Is that 2022? Yeah. And 31 positive and 3 negatives. So people like it. 1,007 followers. Nice. 3.6 followers per day. Pretty good organic growth there, and or good marketing on their part. And what am I going to guess? They already probably have about 1,000 sales. I'm going to guess that they will get 3 times that. I think I'm going to go with 3,000 on them. All right. Best of luck, Dramatic Iceberg. That looks very cute. Moving on to GRUNND. GRUNND, which is for sale for $17.49, developed and published by Secta House. And we have a developer walkthrough. Oh, interesting. It's a side-scrolling game. I love the capsule image. It's giving me Disco Elysium vibes. A handcrafted point-and-click adventure about traveling through a town that appears ordinary right up until revealing its surreal and twisted nature. You encounter hidden agendas, lurking gods, and the decisions that change the very nature of your journey in this mystery and sci-fi fusion adventure. Okay. Not a horror game, though it kind of looks it. Really cool art style. Really digging that. Yeah, this looks cool. All right, nice job. 12 reviews. I like the vibe. Game shows I only played a couple of minutes, but I have been playing for almost 2 hours. Maybe not the game's fault. Locked at 30 FPS. I had to restart the game twice because my save loaded into an infinite loading cycle. That's not great. Very uninteresting main character. Early in the game, very eerie and intriguing. I think this game is selling primarily on atmosphere. Handcrafted point-and-click adventure game. 2 people playing it. 13 at peak yesterday. Wow, look at that follower spike. So I wonder if this is a big marketing push or if this is people discovering it, because they did just get over the algorithm bump. This was in production for about 3 years. Oh wait, no, that's December 5th, 2021. Wait, is it 2020 or 21? Yeah, 2020. So it was in development for a while. 666 followers. So low-ish followers per day, but man, look at that spike. And a bunch of steps. So I'm guessing they put this in festivals. That would be my guess. What the little bumps are. 11 to 3, mostly positive reviews. What am I gonna guess on this one? 1,800 sales. That's really a guess. Not sure on that one. All right, so we are going to leave a game that ambiguously looks sort of like a horror game and move on to one that I'm reasonably certain is a horror game. Haunting of the Evil Spirit Horror Choose Your Own Adventure Novel. For sale for $2.72, down from $3.89, developed and published by Amin Adukov. Meaning, I think we have another solo developer. Horror visual novel set in an haunted house with multiple puzzles, paths, and endings. Reads like a book, approximately 3 hours of content. So I'm guessing this is actually a kinetic novel. Curious that the video has the text moving so fast. I appreciate that Tim is flagged as the main character. It doesn't look like there's any choices. Developers describe the content like this. It's a horror game, and it has a description of characters being murdered by otherworldly powers. Approximately three hours of content. It says reads like an interactive book. Okay, so there are choices. All right, cool. No reviews. It doesn't look like anyone played it, and the store page was released today. All right, let's just double check. 26th, yes. So no time to market at all. 2 followers. All right. Admin, on the off chance that you are looking at this, looks like you made a cool thing. You made a little visual novel, and that is very cool, but you do have to tell people about it beforehand and tell them where they can buy it, because otherwise they will not know that, and then it will be very difficult for them to actually buy it from you. Unfortunately, because of the fact that it looks like there was basically no marketing of any kind, I'm going to have to say maybe 10 people check this out. Still, Emin, you made a game. A+ to you. Fantastic work. Moving forwards to Hellslayer. Hellslayer is on sale for sale for $4.99, developed and published by Neolithic Games. I think I've seen Neolithic Games this month already. Hellslayer. Alright, clear your way down to hell and bring punishment to the one responsible, Lucifer, fallen angel, and king of sins. Face unending hordes of demons, optimize and perfect your build. Alright, so we have another horde survival game today. This is our second? Yes. However, in this one, no one animates. None of the characters animate. The sprites are quite nice. But like the other one today, the issue is, what is the hook here? It is not like Vampire Survivors. I would say a lot of the enemies seem very samey. They seem to have sort of the same sort of behavior system. Alright, it is in early access, so hopefully we will see some stuff evolve over time for this one. And we have one review. Good little game without more. Very few weapons and skills, or did I not unlock everything? The sprites are not animated. We get bored since there are no surprises and no chests. So why do I recommend? Maybe the fact that it supports gamepad. Oh, okay, so it has gamepad access. Nice. And they did play it for 45 minutes, so they gave it a good old try there. 5 people are playing it. And they got 40 followers. Store page was released January 10th. $42 followers, not bad. And 1 positive review. Okay, what do I think about this one? If they support this game and they keep adding new content and stuff, and also, unfortunately, because they had such a slow, like a small launch into early access, Steam is not going to help them over time, I don't think. So if they continuously market this game outside of Steam, like they do marketing on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or something, and they keep adding stuff to it, and they find a hook that differentiates them from Vampire Survivors, they could sell a couple of thousand copies because they're clearly pretty good at the whole pixel art stuff, right? Like these are cool looking sprites, but they kind of need to animate, and there needs to be something to pull them out of. It's just like Vampire Survivors. But so if they don't do any of that thing, then I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna sell 100 copies, maybe. But I'm hoping they do all that stuff because you know, I like the horde survival genre, and I hope to see more interesting stuff come out of there. Best of luck, Neolithic Games. Moving on to Hood Warfare, which is for sale for $6.49. Developed and published by Trapstar Games. Oh dear. Alright, I was really hoping that this was going to be about like crashing cars into each other, so like the hoods of your cars were gonna, you know, bump into each other, but no, this is welcome to Detroit. Gang violence has become an epidemic, forcing all civilians and police to leave the city. All that remains are soldiers of the Bloods and the Crips. The city has become an abandoned battlefield where gangs engage in large-scale firefights known as hood warfare. Oh boy. Okay, well, this is a multiplayer shooter. It is in early access. Worth 5 minutes of fun, but has no players and no option for AI enemies, which sucks. Maybe someday, but not today. Right, let's check your charts. one person playing right now, so the game is currently unplayable. And it was initially released on January 13th. 10 followers. 2 positive, 3 negative. So, as this is a multiplayer game that has sort of fumbled its launch, I think this one is probably not going to do great. I'm going to guess 40 people will buy this one. Moving on to Hypershapes. Hypershapes is on sale for $5.84, down from $6.49. Developed by Blind Shot Studios and published by Jandusoft. Hypershapes is a frenetic minimalist boss rush where understanding the enemy's attack patterns and weaknesses is key. Okay, that's cool. This is kind of giving me Titan Souls vibes, but like abstract. Huh. I mean, I think this is a very cool idea, but I also think it's a hard sell, which is a bummer, right? Because this is a cool idea, but I don't know if they're going to get a whole lot of interest in this. A pity. One review: Hypershapes is a frenetic boss rush experience. Very thorough review there from Skardix. And another review in, I think, Portuguese. No translations. Yeah, this one's a bummer, because it looks cool, but a tricky sell. Non-representative games are difficult to sell these days, unfortunately. We have 32 followers. And 2 positive reviews. So people are liking it, but I don't think people know about it. Huh. All right. Well, Blind Shot, I think you've made a really cool looking game. I am sorry, I don't think it's going to sell particularly well. I'm going to guess 200, despite the fact that it looks very polished and cool. Moving on to I Commissioned Some Bunnies. I think this is probably made by the person who made I Commissioned Some Bees, and it will be an Easter version of that. For sale for $4.24, down from $4.99. Developed and published by Follow the Fun. Follow the Fun, did you make I Commissioned Some Bees? You did. Okay, so I think we know what this is. There's drawings of different places full of cute bunnies, and then you click on them and collect them. And this looks really charming. Whoever is doing the backgrounds for these, the art is lovely. Big fan. And very, very good for this kind of like collectathon, like object clicking games. Very cool. Okay. Now it is your job to find all of them with 15 art pieces to choose from and 1,440 bunnies and carrots. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Now I've played every game Follow the Fun has made, and the I Commissioned Some Bees are my top favorite for a very good reason. Solid, fun, relaxing, enjoyable. The game is becoming my favorite outright. Yeah, this one looks really good for even among this this particular oeuvre of I Commissioned Some X. Therefore, please find cute animals in my drawings. Yeah, really, really cute. All right. Let's see. So they have been planning this one for slightly longer than usual, I think. December 15th. With 64 followers. So see, they do actually have followers per day, right? Like there's people who are out here looking for this kind of game. And it kind of delights me that the Follow the Fun have found this little niche here where they're doing this kind of game. I'm going to guess 600 for this, probably. Nice job. And I hope for more I Commissioned Some X stuff in the future. Moving on to In the Dark, which is for sale for $13.49. Developed and published by Team Kamakiri. Team Kamakiri. In the Dark is a roguelike deck-building horror game. Interesting mashup. Cooperate with and fight against other survivals, collect cards, skills, and items and souls, card skills, items, and souls, and use them to survive in the world shrouded by darkness due to the impact of the meteorite, where monsters and zombies have appeared. Okay. Okay, so we have like Slay the Spire kind of combat. We have very goopy looking pig dogs. Alright. We have an old guy with a gun. So we had some stuff at the beginning that looked like we were like walking around. Okay, so you can walk around, and then you have these sort of card battles. Alright. No reviews in English, 2 negative reviews in, I think, Chinese. One person played this, and the store page was released on September 26th. 13 followers, and 2 negative reviews. So, what do I think? Well, now in sale, update. So they are updating this. Okay. I'm gonna guess probably 100 sales for this one. That would be my guess. Best of luck, Team Kamakiri. And we're gonna move on to Inhabit. Inhabit is for sale for $3.89, developed and published by Public Void. Very cute. Very cute little capsule there. It makes me happy to look at. Make your way around your home and surrounding areas, practicing healthy habits and exploring the world in this open-ended slice-of-life puzzle game. Huh. Okay, so you're like cleaning your house? And it's a puzzle game. I mean, the art style is extremely cute. But this is basically a Sokoban game, just with like an extremely cute art style. I cannot emphasize how adorable this art style is. Good heavens. You wake up, you've barely left your room in days, your place is a mess, you've neglected any form of self-care for over a week, but today is different. Today is the day you finally get something done. Make your way around your home and surrounding area, practicing healthy habits and exploring the world in this open-ended slice-of-life puzzle game. You may even make some friends along the way. Well, this looks adorable. And everybody really loves it, so very nice. Let's check your charts. Inhabit, 3 people playing now, 7 is at max, and the store page was made August 12th. So, 73 followers and like 5 positive reviews, which is not a great followers per day thing. And again, I think this is probably genre. Sokoban games don't tend to do particularly well. I kind of wish this team, Public Void, you have a fantastic art style and look very competent. And I wish you the best of luck in your next game, because I don't think this one's going to do super hot. I'm going to guess 500 sales, maybe, at maximum. That's my guess. Best of luck, Public Void. I really, really hope you keep going. Moving on to 5416. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna explain what I mean here. So this is related to a conversation I had on Reddit, or not a conversation I had on Reddit, a thread I saw on Reddit where someone was asking like, "Hey, do you think that like people buy games because they're pretty, right?" And I look at Inhabit and I think, yes, this is a very, very pretty game, but I don't think people buy games because they're pretty. I think people buy games because they want to play the game. And I think that not having good art is having good art is a good way of getting people to look at your game. But if they don't want to play your game, they probably won't buy it. And right, like you can have the prettiest version of solitaire in the world, but that doesn't mean that someone who doesn't play solitaire games is going to buy it. And in this case, this looks like a very, very pretty little Sokoban game, like little block shifting puzzle game. But if people don't like block shifting puzzle games, the cute art is not going to get people to buy it. So I think in terms of like, if you look at the stuff that you do when you're building a store page or when you're doing advertising as filters, the primary filter is genre. If people don't like the genre of game, they're not going to buy it. They might look at your store page and go like, that's very cute, like I'm doing here. But if they don't like the game genre, they won't buy it. And then after that, everything else is secondary filters. So like, do you look like you know what you're doing? Like, did you make a competent version of this genre? Did you do you have a hook? Like, do you have something unique that separates your game from other games in the genre, etc., etc., etc.? Those filters are secondary to the genre itself. And I think the team at Public Void made this cute little Sokoban game, which means that for a lot of people, they're going to fail that first filter. They're going to be like, yeah, okay, this looks really cute, but I don't play Sokoban games, so I'm not going to buy it. Right. So we're going to move on to Juno New Origins. It's for sale for $14.81, down from $22.79. Bring to life anything you can imagine, from rockets and airplanes to cars and more. Automate them with visual programming language. That's interesting. Explore 3D planets and make your own. Share your creations online, complete contracts, conquer milestones, and unlock technology in the newly added career mode. Okay. Okay. They have a little space S rocket? Okay, so this is like an aerospace simulation game. And we're coming out of early access, right? Yes, okay, so this is a game that has been in early access for a while. Amazing game, well worth the price, with 10 hours in the clock. Yeah, people are playing this quite a bit. Wow, 513 hours. That is a game. A beautiful and realistic space simulator where you can build just about anything. Very cool. Negative reviews are it's too unpolished. It keeps giving me driving contracts. After a long wait in early access, the game launches like a rocket with a payload full of bugs and empty promises. That's too bad. Okay. Well, I think this one was in early access for a very long time, but people are playing it. This is the number of people currently playing the game is the highest that it has ever had, which is impressive for a store launch. So this is before SteamDB launched. So I'm going to go and dig into the history and see when their actual page was made. Come on now. Come on. Show me your history. Wow. So this is impressive that they have had this many updates, right? Every one of these is a different version of their store page. I'm sorry if it's sort of nauseating to watch someone scroll like this. Wow, good heavens. I really do wish I could pull stuff out of SteamDB. They do not have a REST API or anything like they're, which is too bad. And their page is sort of intentionally hostile to other people trying to get information out of it without a browser, right? Like I can't get all of this information using a program, unfortunately. Yeah, so this is an older game. Let's see, we've got added name Simple Rockets. So this was named Simple Rockets originally. Okay, I'm gonna give it to them from here. So this is May 21st, 2018. And 13,000 followers. With mostly positive reviews. Nice. So, even considering that they were out for like 5 years now or more, they've had a store page at least for 5 years now. They still have a healthy follower per day count. So, this kind of simulation game, yeah, people are interested in it. They have 54,000 sales now. I'm guessing. I have to guess how many additional sales they're going to get from a 1.0 release. And I think for this, because it is a relatively large game, right? Like 54,000 sales, probably a couple of million in revenue from this. They probably can get a bit of attention from like press outfits, right? They might get a write-up on Rock Paper Shotgun or something. So I'm gonna guess 65,000 is my guess. Could be wrong. Nice job, Jinju LLC, for 5 years of support for a game. That's a long time. Congratulations on getting to 1.0. Moving on to Meteor Commander, which is for sale for $4.99, developed and published by Propulsion Studios. Retro-inspired arcade-style shooters save humanity from incoming waves of flaming hot meteors, alien ships hell-bent on destroying humanity and the strangeness of space by shooting, blasting, and nuking incoming waves of meteors. Alright, so this is asteroids. Yep, it's just asteroids. I mean, it seems like a nice version of asteroids, where you have more than one hit point. Okay, let's see. They did mention that there are alien spaceships. I want to see if there's like spaceship levels. Nope, just more asteroids. Oh, there's an alien spaceship, I think. It's mostly asteroids. Okay, Propulsion Studios. Have you made other games? Nope, this is your only game. Okay. And they released this January 24th. And there's precious little time, so... So 2 days. And they gained 2 followers. And no reviews. So, this one's quite curious. Could be a first game. Like, Propulsion Studios might be a very small outfit. I'm just guessing. And they just wanted to get a game out. And if that was your goal, congrats. I think just selling asteroids is a tough sell in the market currently. But, like, you didn't make a bad version of this. It is a cool version of asteroids. And asteroids was a fun game. I'm going to guess 20 copies for that. Moving on to New Witch in Town. New Witch in Town is for sale for $7.78, down from $11.79, developed and published by Choice of Games. So Choice of Games, I think this is a text adventure game. Yes, all right. Choice of Games is a relatively well-known indie text adventure studio. They also create like text adventure based software for making your own text adventures. Make friends, cache spells, and uncover cached spells. Hey, it's Cece. Hi, Cece. We're looking at a text adventure game. Make friends, cast spells, and uncover secrets in your magical small town. Will you preserve the forest or let the town grow? And this looks like it is a pure text adventure. There's text, and then you can make a choice. And that's the Choice of Games whole thing. This is by Grace Card. I don't know Grace Card, but I think I've heard the name. New Witch in Town is a 750,000 word interactive YA fantasy novel by Grace Card. People are very negative about this one. It's mid, you play as a witch, but don't really do much witching stuff. The equivalent of a movie starring The Rock, where Dwayne The Rock Johnson is actually a bleeping side character. The characters have very little presence in the story, to the point where, believe me when I say, that my grandma unironically has more presence than half of the cast, and she's already dead. Mean. I love choice of game stuff, and this is one of only a handful I couldn't finish. Cardinal sin is it being boring. So it seems like it's very slow at best on this one. Does choice of games often release things on Steam? Okay, they do. They do. Though. Hmm. 9 user reviews for the last game. So yeah, that's about what I was expecting. 21 people playing it right now. Choice of Games has a very healthy audience of people who really like these games. So, despite the relatively low numbers, I think that this will do okay. This was in production since August 20th, 2020, I think. Yeah, August 19th, 2020. And they had 154 followers. And it looks like 4 negative reviews, unfortunately. Come on. Give me back here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, 3 negative reviews. So, despite the negative reviews, okay, so right now this looks really bad, but this is a 750,000 word story, which people read. Hold on, I have a spreadsheet right in front of me. I can do the math. So 750,000 words. People read on average between 200 and 250 words per minute. Let's assume that people who play a lot of these games read relatively fast. That's 3,000 minutes divided by 60. So this is a 50-hour game. And it's only been out for 24 hours. Which means I think these negative reviews are maybe unrepresentative of the game as a whole. Not because I don't think that these people had a bad experience with it. I think they did, but I think that if you bounced off this game, you're more likely to write a review within the first 24 hours than people who liked it, who are probably still reading. That would be my guess. So I would expect to come back in a month and see a bunch of positive reviews for this one. So what am I going to guess in terms of total sales? I'm going to guess 1,200 total sales. I don't think that they're going to sell a bajillion copies of this game because the text adventure market is not particularly large. But yeah, I think that the negative reviews are misleading on this one because these games are so long. All right, gonna move on to. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna take a second to drink a bit of water. 1 second. We're about halfway through the games, so I think, yeah, now's a good time. All right. I'm back. Time for Onion Assault. For sale for $10.49, developed and published by Horberg Productions. I think I might be pronouncing that one wrong. It has an umlaut. The evil Croquetto Empire is trying to conquer Onionia, and it's up to one brave onion farmer and his mom to stop the tyrannical invading fascist army. Old school 2D platforming with from the creator of Gunman Clive and Mextermination Force. All right. I mean, we have a very clearly sort of Mario 2 inspired kind of game here, where you are pulling vegetables out of the ground and picking up people and throwing things at them and stuff. Very funny little art style. Like I like the art style. And his mom, yes, precisely. Looks like you're mostly fighting robots, which is an interesting choice. Oh, well, they do have little fascist dudes inside them, so okay. All right. I mean, this looks really, really competently made. I'll say that. And I like the onion idea. Let's see what people are saying. Not only is the gameplay perfectly polished and fantastically well thought out, but this inspired by 90s cartoon style is something we haven't seen in a long time. We have one person who put out a very quick review and then went back and played for 4 hours. This person played for 7 hours or 8 hours. So yeah, it looks like people are liking this. 3 people playing now with 5 at peak. And they made this store page back on. Oh no, okay. So that's what happened. Western Mario 2, but almost no one has finished. So Mario 2 should do really well. Yeah, I think so. I would think so, but look at. But yeah, so this is what I'm. All right, so they have 2 followers a day, which is above what I would consider a minimum follower per day count, but they only had 29 days to build wish lists. So that's what I think has happened here. Super Mario Bros. 2 is the game of the year every year. Yes, I agree. So here's what I think probably happened with this one. Even though this is a sort of action platformer game, which do tend to do better than puzzle platformers, but maybe not as good as Metroidvanias, I think what happened is that they released their store page too late, and they did not do enough marketing. Because I think with enough marketing, this game could very easily get, I mean, it's going to get over the 10 review hump anyways, but it didn't do so in 24 hours, which is an important milestone to hit, kind of. So, oof. I think this one sells maybe 2,000 copies. That's my guess. Because I expect that they will probably get over the 10 review hump tomorrow, or maybe they will. Yeah, that's my guess. They'll probably get over it tomorrow, and then they'll get into the algorithm. There isn't a ton of competition this week. It is kind of the last week of January, so there's not a lot of stuff coming out. Okay, if I was Harburg Production right now, I would be calling all of my friends and trying to get as much promotion done right now as I could. But I think they just needed a longer promotional cycle, right? They had healthy interest, but just not enough time. All right, moving on to Path of a Player. Yeah, I agree. If there's a really popular Mario 2 speedrunner or something, if they played this on stream, I think that it would get a bunch of sales. So that's what I'm hoping Harburg Production has has planned this out with streamers or something, and maybe they'll get a boost from that or something. But no, it doesn't look like they did a lot of promotion, unfortunately. Anyway, all right, Path of the Player. For sale for $5.69, developed and published by CB4D. This game is loosely based on solo leveling. Oh, that's interesting. Path of the Player. This is an adventure RPG, JRPG, party-based RPG with an unfortunately extremely slow opening to their trailer. Come on, show me something. Okay, so we have a relatively simple time-based RPG battle system. Okay, so this is not a good choice of trailer, unfortunately, right? They're showing us the same bat enemy twice in one trailer. That is a mistake. Because what this is telling us is this is a game with only one enemy. And I don't think that's true, but I just think that that's what they're showing in their trailer. And unfortunately, okay, it looks like we have one other enemy. We have a little sort of wispy ghost ball here. As a Marvel time killer experience with cute and tiny characters and graphics. Fight monsters to get loot. Okay. So, the sprites are nice. One person played this, but no one is playing it now, and the store page was released on January 13th. So I think this is another one of the ones where it's like you need a hook. I was kind of expecting it based on solo leveling, because like the story of solo leveling is someone who can like sort of enter RPG environments and then return to the real world. But this one doesn't appear to have a sort of real world, like it doesn't have that structure. And I think that's too bad, because I think that's an interesting idea for like an RPG Maker kind of game where you're someone who's in the real world and then like can travel to alternate realities and like get power there. But that doesn't appear to be the path that they took with Path of Player. So only 9 followers. Not terrible, but it doesn't look like they were doing much marketing, and they had a very, very short lead in time. I'm going to guess maybe 100, maybe. I really don't think that that trailer is helping. No, I'm going to say probably 60. That's probably my guess. All right, moving on to Pizza Tower. Ah, that sounds nice. Pizza Tower, which is for sale for $25.99. Developed and published by Tour de Pizza. Pizza Tower is a fast-paced 2D platformer inspired by the Wario Land series, with an emphasis on movement exploration and score attack, featuring highly stylized pixel art inspired by the cartoons from the 90s, and a highly energetic soundtrack. I'm going to turn on the soundtrack, but I don't think you'll be able to hear it. That is a very energetic soundtrack. I do really like the art style. Like, it is extremely gonzo, and it definitely does remind me of the Wario Land series. Right? This is how you do a trailer. Look at all these different things and stuff you're doing. This definitely reminds me of like one of the sort of weirder games that would come out on the Sega Genesis. Fans do what Nintendo don't. We finally have a spiritual successor to the Wario Land games, a series that Nintendo has been neglecting since 2008. Ton of response on this one. Yeah, I've heard of this one before. I've seen this on Twitter and stuff. Someone put some work into the animation. Heck yeah, someone put a ton of work into that animation. Yeah, look at this. This game has legs. Reminds me of Earthworm Jim. Yeah, that's the kind of art style, right? 886 players right now. So this was December 3rd, 2022. So they have had, I believe, something of a meteoric rise in followers here. Yeah, not bad at all. 4,000 followers in just over 2 months. 75 followers per day. Yeah, not bad at all. It goes to show that like a game that looks really fun and looks really good is going to acquire visibility. Number 26 in top sellers. So this is doing well here. 819 to 3, so it's a 99% positive value. So it is overwhelmingly positive. So how much have they already sold in 24 hours? They've already sold 25,000 copies or so in the first 24 hours. I am going to guess that they sell 150,000 copies total. That's my guess. Fantastic job, Tour de Pizza. I might buy this one myself. It looks really fun. Moving on to Playback trauma, trademark in sickness. For sale for $17.49. Developed and published by Radentum. Okay, we have a horror game, very clearly. They have a very goopy looking monster there. You've just woken up from a coma and need to reach the Jersey Shore immediately. You have no car, no cash, and no pants. Take an ordinary hitchhike across New Jersey on an extraordinary night, all so you can tell your crush that you like her. So I guess this is a horror comedy visual novel with a very odd art style. All right, I'm here for this. This looks kind of cool. Like, really strong artistic choices being made here. They have a demo. Nice job. Not a lot of player response, though, unfortunately. No people are playing it. Let's see. So this was in production for a while, so July 31st. Oop, that's not. Not 202. That's a little bit too long. Right. 23 followers. So, what do I think? I think Radentum is probably made by either a very small team or just one person, in which case, fantastic job. You made and released a game with what is genuinely a very fascinating art style. I think that this is going to get picked up by some people online, probably. Like the kind of people who play a lot of horror games. I would not be surprised if someone picks this up and looks at it, because it is, like, the visuals, while maybe being a little unpolished, are striking. So I would not be surprised to see, like, the Game Grumps cover this. Yeah, the art style is cool. This does look like something that, like, the Game Grumps would play. That being said, if that doesn't happen, I don't see a lot of people finding it because it doesn't look like any promotion was done. So I'm going to tentatively guess 50, probably. But I'm really hoping that, like, a bunch of YouTubers play this and a bunch of people pick it up because it looks really cute. Moving on to Power Chord, which is for sale for $23.39, down from $25.99. Developed and published by Big Blue Bubble. If nothing else, doing this every day is definitely, like, making me better at speaking words. Right. Power Chord is a rock and roguelike deck building game. Assemble Earth's mightiest musicians, battle your way through legions of demons, discover new cards to enhance your instruments of destruction, and take back the city one dive bar at a time. Okay, so this is a rock themed card combat game where you're fighting, like, evil rock demons. Very cool. Love the art style. Do we fight any other kinds of characters, or is it just demons? It looks like we're fighting the same demons over and over again. Okay, no, there's some variation in demons. These demons are a little different. All right, very cool. Let's see what people are saying. My first run, and I already beat the second boss. Solid deck builder with pretty rad aesthetic. I agree, the aesthetic is great. Hoping that it keeps getting updates for a while. It needs mutators to crank up the difficulty. As others have said, this game simply falls short in every aspect. Gameplay is nothing new or exciting, aside from guitar chords and sound effects. There isn't much to the theme. This game makes metalheads look shallow with no substance, easy refund. Why can't I load my file? Not enough to it. So unfortunately, that was kind of what I was getting from the trailer, where it looked like there wasn't a lot of different varieties of enemies. Like, this kind of game tends to benefit from like large amounts of variety of stuff, right? You want lots of different types of status effects, lots of different types of enemy monsters, lots of different types of environments and environmental effects, mutators that affect how cards work. And the fact that we kept seeing the same 3 enemies made me a little bit nervous. So this is a full release, so it's not going into early access or anything. Did they have an early access period for this? No, this is a full release. So here's hoping that they can keep updating this game even after it's released with new stuff and get the kind of like nitty-gritty complexity that people look for in this kind of game. Still, not doing badly. 115 people playing right now. Game was initially conceived back in August 20th. So 8, 20, 2022. Was that 2021 or 22? 2021, so even longer. All right. Bunch of followers, very nice. We like seeing that. But only 17 positive reviews to 5 negatives, so mixed bag there. So we look at this, and compared to Pizza Tower had almost the same amount of followers, but in 54 days, not 524. So I think, yeah, this is an interesting facet of followers and wish lists. I think the longer that someone is in your follower/wish list file, the less likely that they will translate into a sale. Right? That's kind of what this reviews per follower thing means, which is basically like, how valuable were your followers? And in the case of Pizza Tower, because they got all of their followers in the last 60 days, they have a very high value for this. It's not as high as Hood Warfare, which because they had so few followers, I think this number is a little wacky. But both Juno New Origins and Pizza Tower have a much higher like follower retention value or something than Power Chord. As is for Power Chord, I'm going to guess they are probably going to sell. It really depends on how they support it. Like, if they are fast with their updates, if they add new content on a continuous basis, if they keep advertising it outside of Steam, they could easily get to like 6,000 to 10,000. If they don't do that, I'm going to say that they'll probably only get to 2,000. So I'm going to hedge my bets, and I'm going to say 4,000. But it could slide up or down by several thousand each side on that one. Purge Force 2070 is our next game. It is on sale for $7.19, down from $7.99. Developed and published by Censure Games. Is that Censure, maybe, but spelt weird? Hard to say. The Sputnik 986 space station is under attack by alien life forms. You and your team are part of the cleanup team that is supposed to rid the station of the aliens, secure and clear the station from the aliens. Wow, this game is dark. I mean, all right, we got little alien guys. So this is a top-down shooter, but it is extremely dark. These alien guys don't seem to have the best AI. Okay. So this is a top-down co-op sci-fi 3D shooter with no reviews. Very, very simple store page, not a lot here. No links to Discord or evidence of updates. Let's check your charts. All right, this was made, store page was made back in August 20th of 2021. Same as Purge, oh wait. Same as Power Chord. I think it's the same day as Power Chord. Yep, same day as Power Chord. However, unlike Power Chord, they only got 13 followers in that time. So 0.02. it looks like they didn't tell anyone about their game. That seems to be my guess. Like, it looks pretty simple and would have been a relatively hard sell with how dark it is. Like, it's almost impossible to see what's going on. But I would think that they could get some followers in that time, but I don't think they told anyone. So, what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess 40 maybe for that one. Best of luck, censure. Moving on to Rogue Blaster. Rogue Blaster is on sale for $4.54, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Seed Co. Limited. I think they probably intended to be said as Seed Co. Limited. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Rogue Blaster is a shooting game that adds a twist to the FPS genre by adapting some roguelike aspects. The game planet you landed on is teeming with monsters. Use different equipment and items to survive the attacks until your ship is ready to leave. Okay, so we have a wave-based survival game where you're in a mech. Or are you just a turret? Do you move? Can you move your legs? Okay, so no, it looks like you're a turret. Alright, so you have turret gameplay. So it's kind of tower defense, but also first person. Alright, kind of interesting. We have 2 user reviews, but I don't think they're in our language. Nope. So they were both positive though, so that's not a bad look there. Rogue Blaster, 11 people are playing it, 24 at peak, not bad. And this was made December 18th. So not a ton of time to get followers, but there were 2 positive reviews. So what do I think about this one? Like, it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's doing what it's trying to do, but I think the challenge here is convincing people that this is a thing that they want to do, right? It is an odd kind of game, and maybe it's aiming at the wrong people by calling itself a first-person shooter. Maybe if they had like described this more as like a first-person tower defense, the people who like tower defense games would have showed up, because I think that's more what it is. As it stands, I'm gonna guess maybe 200 sales for this one. Moving on. Yeah, that's another important thing, which is like, it's silly to say like, oh, maybe they didn't sell as well because they didn't use the right words, but you have to market to the right people. If the right people can't find your game, then they're not going to buy it, right? We're going to get down here to like warplanes battle over the Pacific and stuff, and there's reasons why like World War II games always end up having very, very similar names. It's because that niche is very small but very dedicated, and they want to be found by the people in that niche, right? If you're making a game that's specifically about like dogfights in World War II, you want the people who are interested in that to find it, and so they choose very sort of safe names usually. All right, moving on to Rogue Station, which is on sale for $12.99, developed and published by Quint Studio. This space station builder simulation roguelite, in quotation marks, puts you in charge of a remote station orbiting a gas giant. Fight off enemy ships, fleets, and rival stations to dominate your corner of space. Build and upgrade your station, hire and manage your crew, survive as long as you can. Huh, alright, this is giving me Space Station 13 kind of vibes. Especially with the cute little dudes. Ah, look at them, they're so cute! Okay, we've got little character upgrades. All right, not sure what's going on there. Maybe this is like an away mission. Or no, this is a fight. Okay, so this is more FTL than Space Station 13, but it is still very cool looking. I'm betting there's a lot of like subtlety to how the different like different systems getting blown up and stuff works. This looks really cool. We have 10 positive reviews, so they just got over that little bump there. Remote mining station. It is in early access. Let's see what people are saying. It does seem sort of like Peglin. Let's see. Fun though. Fun, but though. First few loops is easy to get owned, but once you figure out a couple of things, it's a lot smoother. 4 hours. Immediately love it. Reminds me of FTL. The illegitimate love tile of FTL and RimWorld. RimWorld is interesting. I didn't see much that suggested that the little characters had much in the way of personalities, but if they do, that's very cool. Fun game. Fun and addictive, played for 4 hours. So yeah, this is one of those games where it's like, I think this one might have an unusually shaped graph in terms of sales, because if this team can survive and continue to make content and stuff for this game, this could very easily become one of those like, oh, this is a game that sold 300,000 copies or something over 7 years or something, if they keep it going. The store page was made on December 22nd. Whoop. 49 followers, so just slightly over like that minimum number of 1 follower per day. Not a long time, so this launch is very small, I would say. But they have 9 positive reviews, so they will get over that bump. Or no, they did just get over the bump to 10, right? That's what I was saying? Yes, they just got over 10. So they got to positive. What am I going to guess for this one? Like I was saying, this entirely depends on how often and how quickly they're able to put out new content and add new stuff. If they do, could be a lot. The numbers do not bear this out, but I am going to guess 5,000 for this. Just because, again, people who like this kind of game really like it, and they did just get over that 10 review bump. So, good luck, Quint Studio. I hope that you do as well as I think you can. Moving on to Roller Drama. Roller Drama is on sale for $17.54, down from $19.49. Developed and published by Open Lab Games. The whoopsie daisies. The visual novel sports management mashup game of your anxiety-ridden dreams! Lead a team of roller derby athletes using strategy and real-time controls. Outside the ring, you'll have to manage 5 big personalities as they grapple with friendship, heartbreak, and late capitalist society. Okay, interesting. So I've been seeing a couple more of these lately, where it's a visual novel, but with like action systems in it. So how you do in the action system like feeds back into the vision novel. I do really like the art style here. It's very striking. Yeah, this looks extremely polished in terms of the visuals and stuff. Open Lab Games, what have you made? You made Football Drama, which I think is the same kind of thing. Yes, okay, so it's a visual novel with action-y stuff. How did Football Drama do? That came out in 2019, had mixed reviews at 57. Mixed reviews. Cool idea, but ruined by boring mechanics. So hopefully they took that to heart and made Roller Drama more engaging on a mechanical level. Panels look amazing, but there's some other gameplay elements that have potential to be frustrating. Oh no. So all the reviews are positive so far. 3 players. Been in development for a while. Alright, so April 25th, 2020. A couple of steps up. So this is probably festivals. When we see charts that look like this, where there's like a big sort of boom in a couple of days, it means that they were put into a festival. So they probably had a demo or something out, maybe? I don't know. 300 followers, which is a very low follower per day because it has been up for so long. 4 positives. What am I going to guess for this? I'm going to guess 2,500. Moving on. Roxroria, the Island of Treasures, is for sale for $6.49, developed and published by Rush at Games. And that is not an app ID. That is the name of the app. Single-player third-person game having strategic action and adventure play. Rediscover the golden treasures in the island, strategically handle the challenges of AI-enabled spiders. Oh no! Alright, not a game for arachnophobes, I don't think. What on earth is going on? Alright, we're a dude in a tracksuit, and there's like orbs we're picking up, and now there's a spider, and there's some physics box, like pots full of blue stuff. Okay. And then the map just ends at the edge. Okay. No reviews. I don't think so. Rushad, have you made other games? Nope, this is your first game. All right. January 7th. Oh, this is for Spoken. Don't be mean, Casey. No reviews. Okay, well, Rushad Games, you successfully published a game to Steam. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing what you do next. Unfortunately, I don't think that your current game is going to sell particularly well because it is very confusing as to what is going on. So I'm going to guess you're going to sell 10 copies of that. Moving on to Stay Human. Stay Human is for sale for $10.49, developed and published by Ratbite Software. Explore a hex-based, procedurally generated cityscape infested with assorted zombies. Collect powerful and novel zombie-saving weapons, medical supplies, and food. Rescue fellow survivors to grow your party. Defeat powerful zombie bosses. Escape the city, but most importantly, stay human. Okay. Interesting art style there. I think they may be using AI for some of these visuals. And stock photos, definitely stock photos. The art style is all over the place. Still, it looks like they've got... Looks like a lot is going on in this one. I'm very surprised. I didn't expect I'd like it, but I do. Very different to most games that I play. It's a nice change, though they only played for 45 minutes. Amazing game, really makes you think. Played for 2 hours. One person played it, and it was initially made on January 8th. So, this one also doesn't look like it was promoted very much. The art style looks very like clashing, like it's the none of the art pieces in it sort of work together particularly well. But I think that they have some cool stuff in the mechanics. It looks like this was like a mechanics focused game that they then unfortunately didn't market. So I'm gonna guess maybe 50 people will check that one out. It might be really fun to play though. I'm gonna guess that it's probably pretty good on that front. Moving on to Stick Bros. Stick Bros is a free-to-play game made and published by Dan Games. Stick Bros. Customize your own stickman with cool items you can buy in in-game marketplace. So trade items and become rich. There is more to see. Dan, is there a game here? Or is it just buying things from a marketplace? I am confused. Okay, so it looks like there is an endless runner part of this game, but we cannot see any of it. And there is also no trailer. Well, 5 people did play it at once at one point. Game was put on Steam on January 10th. With 7 followers and 1 positive review. I'm gonna guess 50 people will check this one out. I feel like I'm missing this one. I don't get it. But good luck, I guess, Dan. Moving on to Stonga Bird, which is for sale for $1.09, down from $1.29. Developed and published by Stonga. So that's interesting. Stonga Bird is a score attack game about pushing your bird to its limits. A difficult game about avoiding pipes using a floaty feeling irradiated bird. Okay. So this is Flappy Bird. It's very clearly just Flappy Bird with slightly different art. Okay. Reminds me of a certain game, but very good. You only played for 5 minutes. Somehow Ben TM has 10 hours on record on this one. I mean, it's Flappy Bird. Okay. Stonga, did you make any other games? No, this is your only game. Put on Steam on January 12th. And 4 followers. Okay, so the 2 positive reviews are not lying. It is Flappy Bird. I mean, if you want a Flappy Bird game, there you go. I'm gonna guess 20 people, maybe buy Stonga. Moving on to Super Mando. For sale for $2.07, down from $2.59. Developed and published by Andre Santander. I am sure I have the emphasis on that one incorrect. Platform game in pixel art 2D where you can run, jump, dodge obstacles, and crush enemies. A challenging retro adventure. Wow, this is very retro. This is like early Atari kind of graphics. You are how many pixels tall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're only 8 pixels tall. Wow, very limited, but looks pretty cool. Oh, you have a little hammer. All right. Nice job, Andre. Looks like you made a very cool, very, very retro little platformer. Okay, nobody played this. Store page went up October 22nd. We have 7 followers. So, considering the limited sort of scope of the game, where it's a very old school retro platformer, I don't think that this one was going to find a particularly huge audience in 2023. That said, I don't think Andre told anyone that this game existed. 7 followers is not a lot in 96 days. So, Andre, for your next game, which I do hope to see from you, you got to tell people about your game. Put GIFs of this on Twitter with links to your store page, and yeah, best of luck. As is, I think you're probably going to sell, again, probably 20 copies of this one. We're going to move on to Adventurer's Domain Online. On sale for $18.71, down from $20.79. Developed and published by Unbalanced Equations. A multiplayer online RPG offering a shared world for players to adventure, merging classic, in quotation marks, MMO vibes with more modern third-person action combat systems. So it looks like we have a sort of Souls-like combat system. We're fighting little stone guys. Wow, it's very dark in there. But thankfully, your armor is very shiny. Hunt rare enemies. Okay. This is an early access. Let's see. Extremely janky movement with random FPS stutters and clunky combat. Yikes. Thanks, original. Couldn't change the Y-axis. I could not change the movement keys. You got to be able to customize your keys. Just put 6 or so hours into this Adventurer's Domain Online. Mess with some in-game smooth settings to smooth it out. Just no, feels unfinished. Well, it is in early access. Souls-like online MMORPG fun. Fun and cute, just like my girlfriend. Aw. Feels good, man, by Druider, with 1 hour of playtime. So, decent capsule image there. Gets across the idea. 65 people are playing this right now, so people are kind of digging it. Alright. Store page went up January 8th, 2022. And they picked up 639 followers. So, decent. Not setting the world on fire, but decent. And they got 16 positive reviews and 5 negative reviews. So, yeah, I'm not really sure on this one. Again, I feel like this is like how much support it gets and how much they can do to like fix the problems that people are having. It looked like 3 or 4 out of those 5 negative reviews were things that are fairly easy to fix. Things like allowing control rebinding, fixing FPS stutters and stuff, which is probably like maybe fixing things like turning characters off when they're off screen and stuff. I'm gonna guess 2,500 sales for this one. All right, moving on. To events at the Unity Farm demo, which is a free demo by Titan Studios 1. Adventure, dark fantasy, and a dash of steampunk, Events at Unity Farm is a fresh take on open-world VR. Use your ancestral powers to cast spells, overcome undead evils and merciless bosses, gather and craft potions, search for clues to solve puzzles, all to stop the impending multi-pocalypse. Alright. It is a VR game. An action RPG VR zombies horror. Okay, they have a couple of updates. Is this... Closed beta 2 is now live. Okay. I think you should probably make an announcement for your release. Oh, no, this is just a demo. Okay, so as this is just a demo, I think this has somehow ended up in my list by accident, unfortunately. It does look cool, but I'm not going to really dig into it until we have the full game. I'm going to check whether or not Less Starship is also this. It is also a demo without a game. Yeah, this one's also a playtest. So I'm going to get rid of that one as well. I have to fix my scraper. Alright, moving on. To Way of the Tiger CPC Spectrum. For sale for $4.49, down from $4.99. Developed by Gremlin Graphics and published by Pixel Games UK. In this beat 'em up from 1986, take on the role of Avenger, the ninja warrior, as he battles the forces of evil in defense of his faith and protection of the weak. Wow. Based on the popular series of fantasy adventure game books. And your little pixel dudes punching other pixel dudes who look identical. I guess some of these symbols down at the bottom might be health. Wow. All right. No one has looked at this game or bought it, I don't think. Let's see what the charts say. Okay. January 12th this year. And it has 15 followers. So some people are looking at it, but it does not look like anyone reviewed it. So I don't know about this one. I have never heard of Gremlin Graphics or Pixel Games UK. Yeah, hard to say. Also, I definitely think my chat window is way too big on this one. I'm looking over there, and like the chat has just been taking up a third of the screen. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I've got all this text on the screen. I don't know if having the chat on screen is gonna work. All right. Way of the Tiger. I have no idea. I'm gonna guess 20 because I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go in and get rid of the text because I know it's a little late for this, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of chat. Sorry. Just I think that being able to read is probably more important than seeing the chat. Sorry if that has been distracting to anyone who is watching this. All right, moving on. To Vacation Adventures Park Ranger 14 Collection Collector's Edition for sale for $12.99, developed and published by Casual Arts. Help Run Pine Creek Hills and Puerto Rico's Tropical Rainforest Reviews. Rainforest Parks, not Rainforest Reviews. Okay, what is this? I agree it was getting big. Yeah, okay, that was a little silly. What is this? Okay, this is a hidden object game. I thought so. Like hidden object games all have a sort of weird similarity in how they look. And this is a hidden object game made of photo collage, which is really odd. I've never seen that before. All of the hidden object games I've seen before were painted, but in this one, which is a photo collage, it still kind of looks the same, which is very weird. Casual Arts, have you made a bunch of other games like this? You have. So your last game was December 1st, 2022, and you got 3 user reviews, and it was also this kind of game. You even have the same kind of dude here. This is the Uncle Sam guy on stilts again. Okay, so I'm going to guess probably you're going to do fairly similar with Park Ranger 14. I should dig into the hidden object genre. Like, I don't know enough about them. I look at this and I'm think like, this looks really strange. And yet, Casual Arts has been successfully making these games for like 5 years. So clearly they know more than I do on this one. 0 players, and they started this page on January 11th. I would love to know what like the turnaround on these games are. Did they really make this game in 2 weeks? Maybe if they just have an enormous like image morgue and they're just like photo bashing everything together, they could make a game in 2 weeks, maybe. But also, like, who buys them? I don't know. I'm gonna guess they're gonna sell 100 copies of this. Moving on. To Vradark's Revenge, for sale for $19.49, developed by Sanchez Crew and published by Drunk Fly Oi. Whoops, a daisy. Vradark's Revenge is a fantasy game in the action RPG genre. Yep, that seems accurate. We got a little wizard dude. He can throw fireballs. He can shoot little sprite monster guys. The sprites are very cute. He's got a different beard than the guy in the game. Hmm. Is there anything more to this game than what we're seeing? It seems like we're always fighting in open fields. Okay. Alright, there is a little dungeon thing. Though we're always just throwing fireballs. Oh no, we threw like little 3 fireballs at once that time. Okay. Killing evil spirits in the process. The player also earns money, which they can spend in a magic shop, which is found in each level. This is like a level-based action RPG. Okay. One person played this at peak. Nobody's playing it now, and it was initially put on Steam on January 13th. So, what am I feeling about this? There's some interest in this, right? But no reviews, and it is quite pricey for the kind of game that it looks like it is. What do I think? I'm guessing there wasn't a lot of marketing on this one, and if there was, it needed to run for longer, which I say all the time. I do feel like this one is also missing a hook, right? My 3 primary criticisms of you didn't market enough, you didn't market for long enough, and what was your hook here? All right, I'm gonna guess. What am I gonna guess? I think I'm gonna guess 200 copies on this one. I'm going to get rid of that one because that's just a demo. And now we are over 2 hours, everybody, but we are not going to get to 3 hours, I don't think, because we only have 3 games left. Our third to last game for today is Warmonium, which is on sale for $26.12, down from $38.99, developed by Lexan Engineering and published by Lexan. Featuring team fighting turn-based tactics with multi-level pathfinding, inspired by late 90s to early 2000 board games, it's a fantasy come true for fans of strategy war games, catering to the casual and competitive player, from ranked games to custom maps. Okay. But you're not showing me what the gameplay is. Alright, that's a custom map. That's like a map editor. So it's a hex-based tactics game with cards. Do you play cards to summon units, or do the units use cards? We have unit points. No reviews. A couple of people played it yesterday, and this was put on Steam on August 19th. 50 followers, resulting in a followers per day of 0.31, which is below that number that I'm thinking is necessary. What am I guessing for this one? Maybe 60, I think. It doesn't look bad, but it does look a little confusing as to exactly what you're going to be doing. And that is hard to overcome. All right, moving on to Warplanes Battles of the Pacific. This is the one that I mentioned, which had the name that seems sort of derivative, but was probably done so incredibly purposefully. Yes, here we go. Warplanes Battle over the Pacific opens the next chapter in aviation history. Become a World War II pilot and take part in the campaign against the Empire of Japan. The sequel to the hit Warplanes World War I fighters takes dogfighting to a new level. Takes dogfight to a new level. Okay. This looks very polished. I am absolutely certain that all of the thingies in this cockpit are like historically accurate, because if you're making a game like this and you're not historically accurate, that's all anyone will talk about. Wow, they've got Santa Claus here with a Santa Claus warplane, and they've been upgrading this. I'm guessing this might be a 1.0 release. Oh, this is a virtual reality game. Okay, that wasn't clear. It looked like it could be a game that you could play without a VR helmet. Looks like there's a problem with the HTC Vive. A lot of people playing it for quite a while. Very fun game, but it really needs haptic feedback on the joystick, right? This is one of those games where it's like your audience is incredibly invested. This person not only has a haptic feedback joystick, but is disappointed when it is not being used. So yes, all right, HomeNet Games. I'm going to check your previous game just to guess how it did. That was released 2 years ago, and it had a very positive rating for 334 reviews. So I'm guessing you're going to do roughly similar with this one, or possibly better, because you do have a couple of years of experience under your belt. 3 people playing right now with 20. March 12th last year. Quite a healthy follower count. 5.18 per day, not bad. 78 positive reviews to 16 negative. And I think that the negative reviews are people you could get back on your side if you did some stuff like adding haptic feedback for joysticks. What am I going to guess? They're already probably at about 3,000 sales. It looks like their last game sold about 10,000 total. And I'm guessing that this kind of game has a really, really long tail. If you're looking for a Pacific War Theater dogfighting game, not a huge variety out there, so especially in VR. So what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess 12,000 sales for this one. Though I also expect that it will take a long time to get there, right? Like this is the kind of game where it will sell over several years. Moving on. And to be clear, good luck to the HomeNet Games team. And I hope that you do well with that one. Moving on to Firecrackers and Fireworks Chinese New Year's Simulation, which is for sale for $2.99, down from $4.99, developed by Archimedes Nicolas Jia, and published by a Chinese company that I cannot pronounce. Realistic style of firecrackers and fireworks simulator. There are a variety of fireworks types and play. You can use firecrackers and various props such as manhole covers, cow dung to interact. You can also hold a romantic fireworks show. Wish you a happy game. All right, so this appears to be exactly what it says on the tin. It is sort of like a neighborhood simulation where you can set off fireworks, possibly with like some historical information about Chinese New Year's. Fascinating. All right, mostly positive. Let's see what people are saying. I'm guessing they're going to all be in Chinese. They are, and they're a mixed bag, but mostly positive. Okay. Initially, store page went up on January 13th. And they got 192 followers, right? This is a seasonal game. It is the season. So, good job. 17 positive to 5 negative. And I thoroughly expect that they will continue to sell this game over and over again every year. That said, I'm guessing they've probably sold about 800. I'm going to guess probably 2,600 total. But that is over 2 or 3 years. Again. All right. Well, everybody, that was the games for the 26th of January 2023 on Steam. At least the ones I was allowed to show you. There's 4 red light games that I will be going over off stream. And yeah, this was an interesting one. All right. That's about it. Thank you for hanging out, CC. I hope you have a lovely day.